Hey y'all, Little Mountain Gardener here, and today I just wanted to take some time to talk with y'all and share with y'all actually how my worst mistake I made my first year gardening actually wound up being the biggest blessing I can ever receive. So for y'all that don't know, last year was actually my first year ever gardening. And when I tell y'all I absolutely knew nothing about gardening, what it took, how to make your plants grow, what they were, that was me. I was that guy. So what do you do when you don't know something? You hit up Google, go to YouTube, search videos. So I watched countless number of videos on how to garden to the point where I was comfortable enough to say that I think I'm ready to start planting. So what did I do? Ran out there to my big box store, grabbed all my soil, my compost, grabbed my mulch, got the biggest plants that I could find, came back home, started planting them. So after I got back home, got them planted, a couple of days passed, I continued to water them and everything. And I noticed, I thought, okay, my plant's still alive. I haven't killed anything yet, you know. I said, I'm doing okay. Couple of more days passed, continued to water them. My garden continued to grow. And when I tell y'all, watching my garden grow actually helped grow my confidence. So what did I end up doing? I wound up going back to the store. This time I had enough confidence. I said, you know, I want to see what happens if I actually put some seeds in the ground. So went back, picked up some packets of seeds, came back home, planted some more. So I continued to water my garden. My garden continued to grow. I didn't kill anything, so I was like, I'm doing pretty good. A month or so passed, and my garden started to blossom, right? All my plants started to get flowers on them and everything. So I'm standing out there, I got my chest out, I'm like, okay, we're really doing this. So little did I know, actually my world was about to come crashing down on me. It was coming in a hurry, and I didn't even know. See, while I was standing out there watching my flowers grow, a couple of days passed by, and I noticed that my flowers started dropping off. There wasn't nothing happening. So I was like, man, what's going on? I said, is it something I'm doing? So what did I do? Went back to Google. I hit up YouTube. Little did I know, I forgot one thing. It's probably the most important thing, especially when you're gardening. Y'all figured it out yet? No? See, some of y'all might think that I actually overextended myself or I bit off more than I can chew. That might be true, but that wasn't the case at the time. I ended up forgetting the most important thing. The most important thing that I forgot my first year gardening was I forgot about the pollinators, right? This whole time when I was going out there, running out there, grabbing plants and everything, I was picking up the fruits and vegetables that I like. I never even dawned on me, like, who's gonna pollinate all these? Like I said, this was my first year ever gardening. I never planted any flowers, anything around my house. I can't even grow grass the right way. So needless to say, my yard is not really pollinator friendly. So it turns out my whole first year of gardening, my pollinator wound up being me and a pack of Q-tips. I was running around my yard, lifting up my plants, stuffing Q-tips in them, running from here, running to there. When I tell y'all, by the end of the season, I was just so glad that it was over, because I was just flat wore out. My plants, they were steady tired of me. They were getting mad at me. My wife, she was so mad at me because she was saying that I don't ever listen to her anymore. But little did she know, I couldn't hear her because I used all my Q-tips in the garden last season. When I tell y'all, it was a mess. But do y'all see my blessing yet? Some of y'all might be thinking to yourself, like, John, how did you receive a blessing just now? You just told me by the end of the season you were wore out, your plants were tired of you, your wife was mad at you. How could you possibly have a blessing out of that? Well, I'm going to be honest with y'all. If you like my pops, you're probably yelling at this TV screen saying, it's because you couldn't hear your wife, right? No. My blessing came in the form, I actually physically had to be out there in my garden. I had to learn my plants. I had to know what my flowers look like. See, if this is your first time gardening and you're like myself, I never realized that squash plants have a male and a female flower. I didn't realize watermelon has a male and female flower also. I ended up learning the technique on my tomato plants where I was watching this guy on YouTube, I can't remember his name right now, but he would take the stem and he'd take his 2 fingers and he'll wiggle them back and forth, kind of like this right here, to jiggle them, to actually get them to pollinate. And when I tell y'all, I had plenty of tomatoes this season. But the point I'm trying to make to y'all is my blessing came in the form of being out there, having to learn. If I had all the pollinators come in there, I would have never learned any of this stuff. And that's the reason why I'm sharing this story. I hope that this helps y'all. Like I said, one of the things that I actually plan on doing this coming up season is I'm actually going to end up planting a lot more flowers. Not in my garden, but I'm going to plant them in containers and place them around my garden, because I have limited space in my garden and I want to maximize my yield for my garden. And I'm also going to place little dishes of water around my garden as well, because remember, pollinators need water too. Like I said, I hope this helps. Hope to see y'all next time, and thank y'all for watching.